dire.
It's been sporting, you know, in the last couple of weeks, a 6.
For hot, but I think that was across the board, not necessarily just the uppers.
Yeah, that's true.
Very popular hero though, and especially, you know, in the hands of Noob, this is a hero that he's very comfortable with. So I think he's okay with not having the Snapfire now, especially after all.
Specifically, I think it's been played once in SEA, but you know what? I'll check for you if you'd like.
Thank you.
Vengeful Spirit.
Yep. Sorry,
Minus armor.
Once. It's been in the entirety of DPC in week 1 in SEA. It was picked.
Was it a support or was it as a?
It was a support, yeah.
Okay.
And it won, so it's technically undefeated.
Wow, 100% win rate.
That was upper division. I'm not including lower division in my quick check.
I am curious as to what role it's going to get played in, but I'm also, I mean, I like it. It's just also an easy stun, and then with the gyrocopter, I think Bench can be a good one here.
So normally when Level Up plays Avenger, is obviously to enable these ranged heroes. The primary one was the Medusa. So this is going to be kind of like the second pro. Of course, the aura, it's changed. It used to be attack range and stats. It is just back to simple flat percentage damage, going from 11 to 32%. You pair the Venge next to a gyrocopter who's able to press that flak button and hit everyone. It is going to be pretty disastrous. Of course, minus armor, kind of the key to the patch right now, with Solar Crest being so prominent, Slardar offlane being so prominent. It's the idea of take fights, unlock Roshan as quick as possible. So you have a quick Solar Crest, you have that form of additional minus armor, be it through spells or itemization, to naturally carry because of the buffer that the Aegis brings here. I like the concept of Level Up's draft, very skirmishing, but it's also kind of them, I don't want to say disrespect to Hippomaniacs, but it's them having confidence of their own playstyle and the pace that they set, to not really care too much about what Hippomaniacs is picking, because they keep aligning themselves for their own draft.
I like that.
I'm interested too, like, you know, you have this Vengeful Spirit that was picked up, and Snapfire, of course, not known for having much armor, honestly. Not go for it. And I mean, the other thing too, if you take a look at, let's see, Centaur is removed.
The drafts pretty well. It's just they need to align this Tiny will have a good game. They need one side lane core to also do well, and then they actually have momentum to play around.
The Slaughter is going to have a rough time in lane though, because I'm assuming that he's going to be up against Vengeful Spirit and Gyrocopter, so two ranged heroes with, you know, the negative armor coming out from Avenge.
Yep.
His positioning's got to be so spot on, or he needs to have that Snapfire prepared with a cookie at any given moment. Just kind of, oh man, Funnick is he's looking excited.
Yeah.
Let's see, what is it, baby?
Timber saw it.
Look at him, so happy. It's like, haha, I timbered them on 24. Look at me. Oosh. Yeah,
And
right.
you guys were earlier saying that there wasn't that much lockdown, but Tiny obviously brings lockdown. The Slardar gives some lockdown. Is this a good Timber game?
It is and it isn't. So it is for the fact that it's an independent core that can play by itself. Into Jug, you might argue it's a bad lane, but there isn't that, you know, +1 killing threat. Sure, Snapfire might be able to bring it, but yeah, Timber should have an okay time. Laning phase is the only questionable part, the first, you know, 4 or 5 minutes. But after that, he's going to have no pressure at all. Tiny can never 100 to 0 him, and Jug's only accounted during the laning phase. So very much, it is a strong Timber game if he's not instantly shut down in the first 3-4 minutes. Yeah, realistically, as long... Oh, I'm still standing. What?
You're still standing, ruining the illusion, T.
Hello.
We're dead sitting.
No, I'm now standing, folk. Oh, I'll sit down. But yeah, realistically, it does give Level Up someone to play around. Funnick was so joyous with the pick because he realizes that he should never die after minute 5, and that alone will give, you know, the jungle efficiency to decide to level up. And yeah, I prefer Level Up's draft a little bit more just because of Timber.
Now that we've seen the full draft, though, we said it earlier that we want to see from Hippomaniacs a draft where they set themselves up in the lanes a little bit better than the first game. Did they at least do that? Even though you might like Level Up's draft a little bit better.
Well, like he said, you know, the Jug is pretty good against the Timbersaw for the first couple levels in lane. So yeah, I would say that they look a little bit better, but I am still concerned though about Tepec on going up against the double range. It's going to be really hard for him to get much stuff done.
Yeah, it's going to be the whole idea of when Timbersaw gets to his position of being alone and he can play confidently, what happens? What's the rotations? Like, is Jug going to TP to the top lane, pair with the Slardar, try and get a quick kill on Gyrocopter to take that tower when Timber takes your tower? And it's like the first 5-6 minutes of it should be on top. That's when it gets difficult. So yeah, a okay start to the game. Simply, you need to answer the checkbox. How do you kill Timber in the early game? Do you ignore him? Do you just have better efficiency? And do not die to early puck rotations. If that's what happens, then you're gonna have this snowball effect of Gyro getting free pickoffs, Bounty killing your couriers, Timber going untouched, and that's kind of the recipe for disaster that Hippomaniacs need to kind of veer away from.
I think one thing that really worries me too, taking a look at this draft, is like we didn't talk about the vision game coming up. You know, you got DNZ in position, you follow up with the puck, you drop. That's something that's scary, and you know, usually you're concerned about the Snapfire too on the backside. You want to make sure that she can get these channel spells off, and you have kind of a solution for that coming up from Level Up.
I agree, Moxie.
Where did you go?
I went to get a drink. Because I was thirsty.
Always stay hydrated. This is
Exactly.
very important.
You sound so far away though.
You did sound
right?
very far away. It's like your microphone also moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm back.
Yeah,
As the creeps collide, I return.
It's like he was whispering or something. All right, so
I kind of was.
we got.
I hope you didn't hear that. I didn't mute myself, but it was
I don't know.
it was a crisp opening of a slightly sparkling citrus water.
This is I'm sorry, T. You might lose some fans now, but this is a man that really likes his sparkling water.
I literally played in a national UK competition under the banner Sparkling Water.
Really?
Yes.
Did you get sponsored?
No. Unfortunately, the TO stopped the tournaments.
It's not that popular in the UK.
No, it really isn't. That's where it's not.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, Stillwater sponsors that. Yeah.
You can change it around. My nieces like to call it spicy water.
Spicy.
Spicy water. Yeah.
Angry water.
Bubbly water. Spicy water.
Yeah, you can't have too many bubbles though. Like it needs to be a delicate bubble. It can't be over bubbly.
Bubble.
Yeah.
We'll go. Oh no.
Are you gonna hit me a technical term that I'm not
There
gonna
is
know?
a technical term for that.
Yeah, like.
Marie something.
Yeah, like so if you have like super bubbly, that's like when your belly goes, ooh. You want it to be slightly less bubbly where you go, but again, it's the bubbly waters is like the Marmite of the world. You either love it or you hate it. Hot is crushing.
We were hoping that this lane would go a little bit better here for Mombos this time around. And Sandy was taking so much damage earlier from DNZ. He was getting chased pretty heavily. And I have to be very careful with their couriers as well. Like we said, DNZ, he's the courier assassin. Oh, and as I say that, there goes all of that regen for Sandy that he desperately needed in that top lane. So, you know, hide your couriers, friends, because oh no, oh dear.
Been held at the tower this time.
He's chilling. He's chilling. He's saying, okay, I don't know where DNZ is, but I'm sure once he starts poking Sandy over here,
Yeah,
he's
exactly,
gonna feel more comfortable with moving that courier forward, right?
That's the fate, right? Where DNZ, he just clicks him once, then the courier's probably gonna start moving in a second once the engagement ends. He's like, alright, he's up here. Or is he gonna be very disciplined and not moving at all? It's on the move, and now the ward's gonna see it.
Oh, baby. Oh, he's coming for it. Oh, Lord, he's coming.
Yep, baited.
Oh, you hit. Oh, one more hit.
Yep.
There it is, yep, baited.
That's the boots. That's an oof.
Are we counting?
Okay, I think that's two. That's two so far. Yeah, they got Sandy Courier, and then they got Curries.
Uh-oh. Mambos is in trouble. You know
That's
what?
alright.
We know that Mambos is in... So shouldn't this lane still have a decent time catching up? Never mind.
You curse them, Chiefs. You curse. I mean, the top's bad. Mombos is still alive, but the problem is he needs that regen.
Oh, the birds!
Oh, DNZ! Have mercy, don't do
I
it!
didn't see it.
Yeah,
He's
you're
just
gonna
on the
yell it
return.
back there.
On the way back.
That was a bit anticlimactic, I won't lie.
That's why I gave the boots.
Yeah, I thought it was like a big boot, not a little boot. You went two little boot, not one big boot, but yeah.
That's like the beamer.
Okay, it's a beeper boot.
That's a beamer.
Oh, and Funny gets the first one. And yeah, this is the whole idea of the whole Jugby Timbersaw thing is when you have a support that also has kill threat, then you can kill Timber. That never occurred in the lane. DNZ did a good job of just kind of securing that lane, and now the result of this is you have Venge, you have Vantage moving together. Manboss on the Tiny, he is meant to do okay against Puck, but the early CS went the
Hunting again, guys. There's a little bear. Oh, there it is.
At least he got it to the neutral zone. A split kill. But yeah, no Quelling Blade on the off lane, therefore he couldn't make some jukes and some jives. He just dies eventually to the massive creeps.
More pressure being placed over here on Sandy. He just cannot escape DNZ.
Already in the down. Whew. They are farmed.
Alright, yes, the top lane current is being dove here by Funnick, and he's just giving them the right clicks here, see? Timberchain comes through, Spec making his own rotation, hoping that he can possibly put some pressure down over here on the Funnick, but it's so difficult. He's a Timbersaw, he's got his reactive armor, 3 points in it. I don't think they're going to be able to kill him. They need another person there. In the bottom lane, the pressure is on. Muff is going to get chased down here. DNZ gets the hit off the broad. Won't be the one to take it, but DNZ will fall. He went a bit too far underneath the tower, as Spec is just being toyed with here by Funnick.
The lane swap is seemingly complete, so that means we got a Juggernaut farming bottom. Oh, is he actually going to be killed?
He's just building up these round stacks to eventually get him.
Yeah.
and the cookie.
No, Corey, you went too far. You got too far.
Oh, no. Started off by killing his jug, then he tried helping. Yeah, very unfortunate stuff there.
That's a minus armor, also quite painful.
Yeah, just to correct myself, there wasn't a medallion in the lane, it's just obviously no shredder.
Soul rings, right?
His soul rings, yeah, it's because he's soul ringed there.
He tried to get the... Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
See, he's gone.
He was dead either way. He had to try to see, but
I guess.
A rare death from a Timbersaw from a melee hero.
yeah,
Oh,
very
Hippos are happy about it. Look at the way they're hiding these carriers. They're absolutely terrified that DNZ will be able to get another snipe here.
DNZ.
Oh, he's moving. He's on the move.
He knows that there's something there. Oh, can't get it though.
Hide Waldy.
Oh.
Oh, no, the trees.
Oh, he's not fast enough.
He's alright. He's
The
fine.
key thing here is DNZ has a ward just south of himself. That's what's allowed. You don't get that often in pubs, but DNZ often sets himself up for this. Again, a product of your offlane being independent. Sure, he might die to a solo slaughter, but the kind of the momentum of the game, the pressure of always going to be an issue.
Well, the amount of time that they dedicated here trying to just get rid of Funnick, because Funnick, he dove up to the top lane, right? He got the kill over on Curry, and then Tepek makes his own rotation to try to deal with it. And it wasn't an instant, you know, all punishing. It's, I'm here, I'm trying, still hasn't gotten it yet.
We're going to get a montage of career kills.
Looks like
Number 1.
Somebody sing something sad.
Number 2.
Something sad.
There's a series when the courage.
I was gonna do like something like, you know, like the Titanic song. My courier will go on. Something sad, guys. Come on.
Look at him. He's chuckling about himself. He's like, haha! I got to kill 3 of them. Did he kill the tiny one? He did, right?
He's gotten quite a few. Yeah. That was Tepek's. Oh, Tepek does get the crown. Down, and LeBron gets the kill.
I think
bridge over troubled water.
Yeah, could we do that?
Yeah, fundamentally the biggest fault.
Because you'll beat the bridge over troubled water. There's nobody beating that bridge first with his carriers, man. He's just dead.
I know RDO joined in the mix as well.
Oh, I get some more.
The main reason simply because the lanes are so active, you need to keep your supports to enable the cause there. If they ever start trying to spend time de-warding these aggressive vision, like 3-10 minutes, you don't want to be leaving your lane and like not having presence on the map, and that's where Bounty Hunter he naturally thrives. Yeah, it's a props to level up in the way that they draft around this Bounty Hunter to ensure that he can play so off-map and his team isn't instantly pressured. But they also have a pressure to ensure that Hippomaniacs can't mirror that off-map.
Did you just see that Funnick just burst through? Man, down there. Just imagine, oh yeah, just punching
I'm here,
through.
yeah.
Surprise! Funnick's here now. Whew.
Yeah, this is where Timbersaw will happily set up in this bottom area of the map. He will keep surprising his enemy from his existence. And they just can't zone him out. The only way they kill him right now is from Snapfire being sick and a spin. And then which will take about 20-30 seconds. So the efficiency of zoning the Timbersaw right now, it just isn't, you know, value for Hippo to make that move.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about all this, right, is that you do have this Timbersaw, so while he's putting the pressure on the map, you're making stacks, baby. You're making sure that RDO has things to hit, and a multitude of them. Plus, he's got a Vengeful Spirit over here, so LeBron's going to be blowing the armor on them, and he's going to get so farmed super fast.
Yeah, I guess the saving grace, though, for Hippomaniacs is that Juggernaut is the counter to Gyrocopter. Gyro doesn't really deal with the damage that Juggernaut brings unless you can quickly get the Butterfly. The Butterfly mitigates the Omni Slash. You can go BKB, but realistically that's not what's killing you, right? You're dying to the Slardar ramp plus the Omni Slash. So yeah, that's why Juggernaut and Gyrocopter, it's always Juggernaut favored. And also when you get Satanic, Juggernaut should have Skadi. So yeah, there's a lot of ways Juggernaut can play this matchup.
Toss up here, right back over toward the top. Almost still alive. Still looking. Moving forward. The jump forward here from Tibet. They're hoping, oh, good swap coming out though, but they turn back around. They get the kill on DNZ. And it's not looking super great now for LeBron. Get the swap in. So Puck coming forward. They do find the kill over on Susani. And now Tibet running for his life, but the Chongerman's out the circle. They just bonk him right on the head. But it gets himself another kill.
Yeah, Level Up does a really good job at ensuring that all heroes are active. Like, you're not seeing them make this play whilst Jared's farming stacks, forcing it to be a 4v5.
But you do see Jug, you know, Curry's getting some time to go and hit these creeps over the jungle. He hasn't been as lucky. His supports have been very preoccupied. They haven't managed to go and make stacks for him, but this is giving him a little bit of time. Oh god, the amount of damage coming out from Funnig Avalanche comes out. And the supports are coming in as well. Muff, coming over the Fade Bolt. Curry joining in the fight now. I'm not sure if this is necessarily the right play to expect. Also here, they do want to fight. The spin coming out from Curry now immediately, and they're focusing down over here on the Funnig, which is a little bit scary as they follow up with a good swap. And they just blow at Curry almost instantly. My god, now Tepek on the run. He's tracked up by the bounty hunter. You can see they're bringing in the Tiny. He wants to try to make something happen here. Sputnik going right back in this yo-yo. New finding the kill. Sputnik chasing over here. The snap though on the snap fire. Sadie will fall. DNZ is just throwing out tracks left and right. It tosses him underneath the tower. Perhaps he's going a bit too far, but he does have the puck nearby. So the people just pull up immediately with the rating with the tilt from the timber saw. They are just obliterating the Hippos.
It's getting a little out of control.
And the worst thing here, look at that gold change.
Oy.
Because a bounty hunter 2.4k swing at like a 14-minute fight. No, 12-minute fight, sorry. That is...
The Hippos are looking like an endangered species right now, guys. It's somebody called PETA.
We tried doing like the saving grace analysis there, which was like, luckily Jug's farming in the top lane. Luckily they got a little bit of time, but he TPs into mid. He uses that spin to stop the rocket, but he commits. And when he commits into a fight, suddenly you're playing into Avenge, a gyro, lots of magic damage, lots of burst. And you've got to respect that swap. We don't see Venge often. Like I said, in upper division play, we're missing one Venge across all regions in SEA. And you forget the little swap, because he swaps on in, thinking he's fine with spin, and dies in like 2 seconds.
Should he have just stayed farming?
Yeah, for sure, yeah, just farming, playing his recovery.
That was a misplay here.
Yeah, very much so. And I think that is unfortunately the disparity where teams think nowadays Dota is all about presence in fights. When laning phase breaks down, you have to bring numbers and win the fight. And that's kind of what Hippomaniacs are trying to do. Trying to get every hero into the fight and do it. But you know, Level Up, they're playing around the Vision of Bounty Hunter, the swap initiation of Vengeful Spirit, the coil of Puck. But for Hippomaniacs, that doesn't really happen in their draft. They need a little bit more time and items to make these plays. A Blink Dagger on Tiny, a Blink Dagger on Slardar, items on Juggernaut, be it a Manta or anything. And yeah, they're trying to play with the style that Level Up's bringing, but their heroes do not allow it.
Under attack.
I guess the easiest way to describe it, Level Up is all they need. And the Hippomaniacs they need under.
It's the second time the Snapfire has snapped the coil and died because of it.
He tried to time it.
He tried.
He gave it his best. And he just missed the timing, but he can't sit around waiting until they kill him either, so he thought he was running out of time.
This is just easily just rolling out of control though. Back over on Mombos. They have all the damage in the world that they possibly could need to take down Tiny.
And that's it there. I was about to say the Veil of Discord. Thanks for pointing it out. That is beautiful, beautiful stuff. All the early damage is from this magic burst. So DNZ goes for the urn to stay on map to have the heal, goes for the Veil, and it's just activating everyone else. Puck as well with his itemization. He's not going for any blinks or anything. Kaya Sanj, he's a little bit tankier. It's everyone is itemizing for the fight right now. In game 1, game 2 Level Up, they buy active items, 1 each, they group up and they go. It is very ruthless the way that they're playing right now, especially in the lower division.
Regeneration.
I mean, this is a team
Under
that
attack.
has aspirations to not be in lower division, right? This is a team that's very much has their hopes set on higher goals on the horizon. Obviously, if they win here and if they win a couple more series, they will make it to upper division. But I think that this team is also having their hopes set on some qualifiers that will take place at some point for TI. Because I mean, they're looking good. They're on boot camp. This is the team that is taking all the steps you can in the position that they're in.
I think the saddest thing so far for Level Up in the season is they had to play Viking first.
Yes.
And I think entering, we could have maybe expected Level Up to be maybe a lower seed, but the way they've been playing since that Viking series has been so much better. They look so clean. And I feel like if they played Viking at the tail end of the season, it would have been, you know, it already was a close series, Viking taking it 2-1, but I really wish we had this series again at the very end, just to really test the true improvements, because
There's like
Viking is the
the whole team
gatekeeper.
fight that was going on during all of
Yeah, they're just like, they're flooding over the map.
Fire, this is a slaughter, Moxie.
I mean, we're adding context to the
Why not
one-by-one. There's only,
Team
yeah.
fight implies that both teams are fighting.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were trying to fight, to be fair. We saw the Snapfire putting out the kisses and whatnot.
I think we're doing Arena, so we're just setting the scene for Level Up and their continuation of their game so far. And then maybe when Hippomaniacs have that once per game comeback fight.
And I mean, I hope that they're still able to make a make a good stand at some point in the game. But it's not that time yet. They need probably another 15 minutes before they even can try.
Yeah, the key thing here.
Maybe 12 or 10.
Yeah, Level Up have played the game very ruthless. Not many teams, especially in this division, would be able to deal with the pace that Level Up is setting. And so for Maniacs, it's like we mentioned earlier when Curry TP'd into mid. That wasn't the TP required,
No.
but now he's adjusted. He's not entering the fights, and I guess that's the saving grace of Hippomaniacs is they have identified after that bad fight, okay, we can't fight them anymore. Of course, they can feel that number of disparity just from checking the items, and they are splitting the map up. And this is the correct way to go against it, like, to go about it, sorry. But yeah, a massive uphill climb if Hippomaniacs are to win this game.
That's going to look a little bit tough right here, too, because they are just walking into the Roach Pit, and it doesn't seem like the Hippos are going to be able to get over there in time because they have all this negative armor coming out here. They are making their way, though. They have the smoke up. They're going to go and join them over here on the river. Immediately walking out of the pit. The jump forward here from Tepet. Hopefully going to be able to go and blow up. It was insane. He falls. LeBron over on the back lines, though. 5 back coming out now from LeBron. The stun comes out over here onto the river. Clock will fall. Mombos with that double damage.
Hippomaniacs heavily committing to this fight right
They
now.
want this. Oh no, the Snapfire just gets blown up. I don't know. I think you just gotta back up. Oh, the swap, but the blink? No, they sound the vision. They have the track. They're just gonna chase after Tepek, and he's pretty fast. This supposed blink dagger on the cooldown to turn around. It gets one of the bashes off. Falcon coming through though. Funix is rolling on through like a yo-yo of death, and DNZ will get the kill. A little bit of a fight going on over here on the back lines, but people are scrambling.
Yeah, they're just trying to make a Roshan contest without the vision.
They're trying to make play. Can they get RDO? They get the dead, and they actually are able to take down the gyrocopter over the back lines. Muffy just came back alive, and he's already being hunted and chased down over here. Is going to fall to noob, as now Mombos is on the run. From coming out, he is just getting pinned to the point. He goes for the avalanche shot. He just wants to get the spells up. He can't do it.
They killed the gyrocopter.
They killed the gyrocopter. I mean,
Oh, how much gold this time? Okay. 800. Juggernaut's a big winner from this fight, though. He does get 542 gold, and he is able to take down the big old gyrocopter.
There's still some hope that Level Up also makes some mistakes that they then are able to capitalize on.
another Chakram tossed out by Funix. Heck is looking for this opening. They don't have the vision over here on DNC. Look how fast he turns back around after he gets tracked. Just immediately says, absolutely not. They realize that there's wards up over here. Sandy makes his way over. He's going to try to go for this D-ward. They have to be careful, though, because Funix making his way over into this area. Sandy with the cookie hop. He just does not want... He's done so many times in the last couple of minutes, and it's going to be another death that gets added onto that tally.
Another track kill.
You play against Level Up, you take the Snapfire from them, and I think this is a clear demonstration of why Puck is an amazing... Puck has done a great job of just stopping Snapfire from getting any of her damage in.
Can they make something happen? Can they get the goal Sonic? Got that Lotus Orb, though.
More Timber Chain, though. A winner one.
Follow up the good pull over onto Thori as it snaps immediately over onto Mambo. Chakra comes through, Curry will fall. Mambo is sitting very, very low himself, but it doesn't matter because Funix will find the kill.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
19k net worth lead at about 19 minutes.
Dire's bottom
I don't know, guys.
tower is about to fall. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Summer Cape picked up for the bounty
Dire's
hunter.
bottom tower
Okay.
won't last long.
A little bit of save, I guess, perhaps to help out. A little bit of magic.
Yeah, if he goes for the shard after that, he's going to be pretty hard to kill with the damage reduction.
Said he can't even walk outside
No.
the base. Look at his damage. I'm surprised that they didn't just dive him for that, honestly.
And I guess that's the
I don't think it ticks down far enough, right?
No, yeah, he's fine. It's the conditioning from level up there where they're going aggressive, but they're not going like OG aggressive, which is diving
That's
tier
all he
3.
has to do.
Exactly, yeah. And I think the main difference from Season 1 to Season 2 is level up. Tempo in Season 1. Just the idea, when they went aggressive, they didn't respect towers. They just continued making those plays. But here, they go for a level play, stop Snapfire from entering any fight, but they're already doing Roshan. So it's like a quick fight, retreat, take another objective. And we've seen that already where they were killing in top lane in laning phase, whilst pressuring mid, but not enough where they could get punished with like a disparity of numbers. So yeah, I really like the way that Level Up have just utilized their lead and really kind of got the most out of it, and rarely have they been picked up. The only one time was Gyrocopter dying, but the rest of Hippomaniacs did die as a result of that big kill onto the Gyrocopter.
Foil jumping immediately over onto the Rubik must
Middle
fall.
tower is under attack.
There's too many trees in the base now.
But we're trying to solve climate change, Teak. Is it really? You gotta have trees.
Is under
More
pressure.
trees.
More trees.
More oxygen, more fresh air.
It's better for the environment.
Allow this timber saw cut the down.
Exactly.
That is a problem. He is definitely an eco-terrorist.
Phonic's the problem. Yep.
Phonic the eco-terrorist. Curry's trying to just do anything here. He realizes that they really can't stand toe-to-toes, and he's just putting some pressure down on the tier 2 in the bottom lane. This is looking a little impossible right now, but you know, Hippos, they're not giving up. Yes, that is one thing that we do admire about them.
Yeah, they have resilience, testament to them, and they're even running out of their base after losing the racks. They're like, well, we can maybe look for a pickoff, but in Level Up, they're not TPing away, they're not being greedy here, they're always playing as 5. They take away mid, straight away moving to top. There's no item they need to wait for. They have Lotus Orb on Timbersaw. They've got just the level 12 Venge for the swap. Gyrocopter's very happy. They have double Kaya Sand, both one on Puck, one on Timber. Like, they are so tanky for the moment.
Curry is gonna run very forward here. Immediately the swap comes out after the spin. Looking, follow up. What the hell? Mortar Kiss is getting tossed out though. Pekka will fall. As there's gonna be the Aegis popped over here. Mambo's crawling back over here to the base. Curry also just doesn't want to get caught over here, but it's gonna be Mambo who goes down. Puck not quite finding that kill just yet. There's at the waiting rift. Buff is still nearby.
Someone should help.
But Phonic is just large and charged. They planted even more trees into the base.
There's not really much Hippomaniacs can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to get another kill as well on the back side of that fight.
Well, maybe they can take that. Okay. I think Curry is very dead for this, but at least he got the kill. You know, they
I respect that so
They got,
much.
you know what? They got what they came for. They wanted to kill Noob, and they got him.
Beautiful. Yeah, you get the Omni Slash onto the puck, you tip him, and you leave. You're like, you can't make a better play than us. We made the best play. They made the final best play, and they are very, very
As I
happy.
saw there, dancing. Phonic was having the time of his life. He was dancing all over in that game.
In the draft too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
a good
very
game.
happy to be able to get that last big timber saw. And I mean, it wasn't just him either. It was the whole team just out